B. We have, again, the summation notation just like before. We're starting our sum at k equals 3, and we are ending it at 9. So we'd start out with the first one, plugging in 3, and that would give us 2 to the third, which is 8. Then the next one, we'd plug in our 4, which is 2 to the fourth, which is 16. Again, that's 16 there. The next one would be 2 to the fifth, which is 32, and so on and so forth, all the way up to, we'd stop at 2 to the ninth, which is 512. So notice that the pattern is each time to get between the 8 to the 16 to the 32, each time you're multiplying by another factor of 2. That means your common ratio, your R, is 2. But you need to know what your first term is. Well, our first term was that we were starting out with 8. We start out our first term in our sequence with 8. So if we wanted to rewrite this, we could. And we could start this sequence instead of at 3 like they did. We'll start it at 1. And we're still going to go through 6 numbers, so it'll stop at k equals 6. But we'll have our first number come first, which is our A1. Our 8 is where we started. And then we'll tack on this 2 to the k, which means each time we go up to the next term, we're going to multiply by a 2. But what this means is we can use our formula, and it means our first term, our A1, is 8. And remember, our formula starts with 1 minus R, which our R is 2. That's our common ratio. What we're multiplying each time is 2. How many sums or how many things are we adding up? Well, it didn't matter which one we looked at. We were starting at a third and going up to a 9 on the first one, or when we rewrote it, we're starting with 1 and going up to 6. It doesn't matter. The idea is that we're summing up 6 things, though, either way. So our S is 6, so we're raising it to the 6th power because that's what our formula tells us to do. And then on the bottom, remember, it's always 1 minus R, and R is, according to this one, is 2. So it's 1 minus 2 here. Well, on the bottom, the 1 minus 2 will get us negative 1. If you look on the top, though, we have to do the parentheses first, which means inside of the parentheses, we need to do the exponents first, the 2 to the 6, which is 64. So we have 1 minus 64, which is actually negative 63. Then times the 8 that's out in front, which gives me negative 504. Divided by a negative 1, we'll turn it back into a positive 504. So what that does is it goes ahead and adds up all of those 6 terms from our geometric sequence for us. Actually, our geometric series for us.